Welcome to the Wrasslin Room. I am Zelina Vega's wig. And you
The boy
are?
Mike Tyson. Boy Mike Tyson talking on the podcast. I'm going to talk about something that went down on SmackDown and Raw.
What's your problem?
Huh?
I
I'm
did not.
using this podcast to work on my impression. It's not good yet, but I'm going to keep working on it. We're going to get to like episode like 400, and I'm going to sound just like Tyson. So it's going to be
I
great.
was not expecting Mike Tyson to come out.
Just stick with me for a little bit. I'm going to get there.
Oh my goodness. That
It was
was.
either him or Floyd Mayweather, but I would have just kept, I'm Floyd Mayweather. I'm Floyd. Hello, I'm Floyd.
Well, there was a lot of wrestling this week. How unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because niggas had to watch Mad Wrestling this week. Like literally every day. Like Sunday to fucking Saturday. That's Mad Wrestling.
My favorite part. I love that.
I feel like yesterday was the only break to then jump back into 3 hours of Raw tonight.
Better be good too. I'm going to get really angry.
It's a lot. 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 Um, let's see. NXT Battleground last Sunday. How did you feel about the show? Because a lot of people didn't like it.
I enjoyed the show for what it was. I think the show, like match quality wise, was excellent. The only issue is just there was the freaking Apex was built in the same way like 2010 TNA was. So there's no room between the barricade and the ring. So God forbid a wrestler dives out there, they might just break their knees off. So that was my only thing. But as far as all the matches, everything was cool. I just don't like seeing Joe Coffey on my screen at any point. Lolo Vice is the perfect. Obafemi is also the perfect, and the Jordan Grace and Roxanne Perez match. While I figured it wouldn't main event, I think it should have.
I feel like it should have main evented over Trick and Ego.
Oh yeah, no, that theme song is terrible. So to turn that off. Might be the worst theme song in the company at the moment. I ain't gonna lie.
Let me see.
That's
Let me
pretty
pull this
bad.
up. Let me pull
Ego.
this. Let me pull this up. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. So, Kalani Jordan.
Oh yeah, her too.
Oh,
Because
Jesus.
I can't believe I forgot about who won the match. The ladder match was one of my favorites of the night, but I'm very happy that one of my 3 picks won, even though I really thought it was going to be Jada Parker or Lash. But I need people to stop ridiculing NXT superstars for anything. Okay, they're in NXT for a reason. They're trying to learn how to be better. And when Kaylani had her first promo after she won, the crowd was chanting, "We deserve it." Well, you deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
And she just like talked right through it. Did it come off awkward? Yes, but I didn't start screaming because she's obviously learned. This is her first title run. This is her first time being a prominent figure on the show. And again, this is still a development program, so let them develop, please. They're not going to be coming out putting out 5-star promos on her first standalone promo with a championship. She might have been nervous. She may not know what to do.
Hey.
But the amount of people that were just screaming at her was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, and they also sent her boyfriend to SmackDown, and his promo skills are still in the trash can.
Yeah. he makes me cringe every week, but he's slowly getting better.
Yeah. It's starting to feel more natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like he's memorizing a script anymore. Because when Melo used to talk on fucking NXT, nails on a chalkboard, hated it. That was the point of Trick.
That's only that was what I'm saying. So they already set him up. They already set him up with Trick, So Trick was the promo and Melo was the in-ring thing. So we already knew what their roles were. That's why I really didn't want them to break up, because now Trick isn't the best wrestler, but he's an amazing talker. Melo isn't the best talker, but he's an amazing wrestler, and they work together. So why would you throw it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, get it out.
It makes me really angry.
We're here to vent.
Because there's no reason why they shouldn't have broken. Like I understand the feud Oh, he attacked them. Ooh, don't care. They're best friends. Why would you break them up? Now you got Mello over here calling LA Knight LA and Logan, but both of them LA. And LA Knight just walks him through the mud. Rightfully so, but they fixed it. Trick isn't the most amazing wrestler, but he's a great talker and the crowd loves him. So they work so well with each other. So why
Mhm.
would you destroy it? That's what I'm trying to get at. No, I don't think anyone really wins here. To me, in the long run. Right now it's cool because Trick is NXT champion and Mello is probably going to be in the Money Bank match. But at some point, this is going to bite you. And when I bite you, I'm going to yell because everyone around me was just happy. And I was sitting here crying. So I mean, hey. Just give me 1 year in this company and I'll fix everything. I promise.
So it says here on WWE.com, in a grueling ladder match, Kalani Jordan climbed to the top to become the first ever NXT Women's North American Champion, defeating Sol Ruka, Lash Legend, Michin, Fallon Henley, and Jada Parker. Jordan almost had the match won early as she remained on the top of the ladder, but Lash Legend and Jada Parker combined to stretch both sides of Jordan in an excruciating submission hold atop the ladder. I don't remember that happening. Did I miss that? I must have missed that.
I'm trying to remember it happened too. I don't know.
It says here that okay. It says Parker touched the gold first, but couldn't grasp it, and then was taken down with a soul snatcher by Ruka. That was crazy.
I
Off the
remember that.
ladder, that was nasty.
Yeah,
And then they killed Lash Legend at the towards the end of the match, so they had to get the biggest girl out of there, and you bitches is rude for that. Axiom and Nathan Frazier defeat the OC. This match was a snooze fest. I blinked and it was over. Um, that's all I can really say. Did they win by submission? Well, is that what I'm reading here? Is that how that went?
I don't remember.
Okay, it says with action hitting, net break speed, Axiom hit. Oh, he hit him with a Spanish fly off the top rope, followed by a Phoenix splash by Frazier to retain. Okay. Damn, I took down the big nigga. That's crazy.
OC are the most
Uh,
boring tag team ever.
because the thing is, from what I remember, and you were there also, right? They had a week before deadline. They were supposed to have a match on TV. I don't remember what happened that caused them to not have that match, but then that match ended up being at deadline during the pre-show, and then
Oh
they
yeah,
shook hands at the end of the match, and then the next week they were a tag team. Huh? Like what? I
yeah.
don't.
I don't know why they made him a tag team. I don't. Well, I understand why, but it's like why,
That didn't make any sense to me. Lola Vice defeats Shayna Baszler in an NXT Underground match. Oh Jesus, I don't like that. Mm-mm.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's good to see two former MMA, girlies go at it. But my sweet Jesus, I don't know. That ending was awkward to me.
It's because Shannon got the Baszler knocked out of her. That's what I'm
That
talking
they,
about.
I think that they were at their time, and when Lola hit her and she fell, the ref was just like, "Call it now," because it looked awkward to me. I just think
I
that
mean,
they ran to their time limit and then they had to call the match. So as soon as Shayna hit the ground, ref was like, "Call it, call it, call it."
I think that's the way UFC fights usually end. Like someone knocked down, and then after three shots, um, after three defenseless shots, the ref will just stand in the way. So that's what, excuse me. That's what I thought they were gonna do. That's what I thought they were doing. He was just call it after three, like it's like 3 or 4 shots, and they don't put their hands up,
Mm-hmm.
then they'll just call it right there. So it did end pretty fast. So I see
Yeah.
why you said that. I mean,
She was like
that's just why I
she
thought
was like
that.
on her hands and knees, and then Lola was just like mink, 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 mink. And it was just like, oh my Jesus, oh, call it, call it, call it. Looked weird.
Usually the fight's over at that point. So I mean,
And shout out to Shayna Baszler for having 3 matches in 1 week. I don't know how the fuck she does it. Couldn't have been me. She had a match Sunday, Monday, and Saturday. That's a lot. That's a lot of head blows. I'm sorry, like that's just too much going on. Whew. And that's a lot of flying. If you think
yeah,
about it, from Vegas to where the fuck was they at, in Ohio or some shit on Monday, and then from Ohio to Scotland. Oh my god, talk about jet lag. I've been sleepy as shit. Um,
trooper.
I enjoyed that match. I wish they would have done it like in like the octagon or whatever, but it is what it is. They gave them the space to do their thing, I guess. Obafemi defeats Wesley and Joe Coffey in a triple threat match to retain NXT North American Championship. I want Obafemi to stop having triple threats for his title. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah,
I'm over it.
I don't know why they keep doing it.
I'm over it.
I
Like
don't know why.
I don't understand it. Like, let him have a one-on-one. Even like on TV. I think the last person he defended against on TV was it Lexus King? And he's only just been
Probably.
at pay-per-view since?
It probably was. I don't remember. Probably was though.
Yeah, get that man one-on-one matches. Stop playing with him. I don't like that. I really thought they were gonna give Wes, the title or whatever, but maybe that'll be like a one-on-one thing that they do. Maybe.
You got to match him up against Keanu Carver, who is just Obafemi, but like a little smaller. He's on the roster and they just don't use him. I don't know why they don't use him. I don't know if he's hurt or whatever. But if you match Oba up with people who are like also his size too, I think you can get like a better match out of it. Because if you throw him in there with freaking Nathan Frazier, of course he's gonna throw Nathan around. You know. But I don't want Oba to ever lose the championship ever. So
Even with like the TNA crossovers and stuff, a lot of people are saying that they want to see Moose and Oba go at it. But Moose got on Twitter and said, I'm not for Nigerian crime, so that match honestly will never happen. And then Omar said, fuck all that shit, nigga, I want to fight you. This
man,
has
Moose
been so
scared.
great. This has been so great. I love this. I love this crossover stuff.
Let me find out Moose is scared. Let me find out. Don't be scared. You
Yeah,
be mad.
he was like, I'm not with that shit. He was like, nah.
Man, he's scared. He don't want none over from me. It's okay.
Oh
He's terrified.
shit. The match that should have main evented, Roxanne Perez defeats Jordan Grace and retains the NXT Women's Championship. Jordan Grace lost her ear. Vic called Ash by Elegance Dana Brooke on national fucking TV, and things were great.
Nobody cares.
I fully enjoyed that match. That was great.
About Ash and elegance. Turn that off.
When Jordan started bleeding, everyone was confused because no one realized, no one knew where the blood was coming from. And then you just look at Roxanne's leg, and her fucking earring is lodged into her fishnets.
I didn't know that was her ear until like well after the match is over. I did not. I thought
She posted a picture. She
what
ripped that shit clean open.
Whew.
Nasty. Oof. That's why I don't wear studs. I can't do it. Oof. Trick Williams defeat Ethan Page to retain the NXT Championship. I don't remember anything that happened in this match.
Ethan Page looked really good.
I'm a Trick Willie girl from head to toe. I don't remember anything that happened in that fucking match. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because
It
again,
was
the
really just
women should have main evented, huh?
it was really just an Ethan Page exhibition, you know. I don't think it was really meant for Trick to be out there doing whatever. It was just so everyone could see, hey, look, Ethan Page, he can do this as well, you know. So, turn that theme song off though, for the love of God.
I didn't even hear it. I just heard y'all making fun of it.
It's really bad. It's really, really terrible. But I
I
hear
just
ego every time
Yeah,
it
I
comes
just
out.
kept hearing y'all like do that, and I was just like, I don't get it. It's not. I'm lost.
Turn it on. Go
No,
on
no, I'm good.
your your
No,
streaming platform of choice, and I promise you, turn some ego on.
uh-uh.
You have to make your ears bleed.
Um, and then we get to NXT on fucking Tuesday, and they just had a fucking former AEW link up backstage. That segment was quite the knee slapper, if you ask me.
Kyle immediately wrote a promo so MJF could come out there and scream about Triple H
I
for.
didn't even. I meant to watch Dynamite this week just to see if like they said anything about it, and it totally slipped my mind. It's in my DVR. I just haven't watched it yet.
I found like 5 better things to do than watch Dynamite, so I was not gonna turn that off.
Um, Monday Night Raw was yeah.
Oh,
Like
that's
just
it. That's all Raw gets.
that's it. Just Raw. Um, we witnessed the death of Ricochet.
Damn.
Which is insane. Why y'all kill that man off like that? Um, and if we all know that they don't tell Samantha Irving about what the fuck is going on during the show, so she has like a genuine reaction to things. Um, Looking at that clip of her seeing Ricochet get put through that windshield, I can tell you she didn't know what the fuck they had planned for him for that day.
But they at least
That
told her that.
I don't think so. She genuinely looked like she was fucking petrified. That I don't think she's that great of an actress. That was like, whew.
That's some good television right there. Did the whole Kevin Nash throwing Ray into the truck spot, but then Ricochet landed really, really bad. Landed like splat on the floor. That's oh my god.
He went
He
head
landed
first into
really
that
bad.
truck too. That shit was nasty. Yeah. Y'all gotta stop fucking around with people that are prone to concussions and shit too. Cause I'm sure that man is like out of it. He's been tweeting and stuff, but it's like, I know he was out of it for a few days. Like, it just, oof. Um, Io Sky finally defeated Lyra Valkyria. I hope she feels better because she's been on a fucking rampage since fucking last month. Hope she gets that together. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Braun Strowman defeat your favorite person, Dirty Dom,
Oh,
JD McDonough, and Carlito. And that match damn near ended in a full blown sex scene with Liv Morgan landing on top of Dominic, straddling him after giving him her room key and calling him daddy and shit. Um,
everything.
huh?
Hmm.
What was that?
Actually, none.
You say you hate everything?
No, I said I ate everything. Like in my house, I gotta go shopping. There's no more food in here. That's what I
So,
said.
so how do you feel about the storyline and where it's
What do you
going?
mean? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean how I feel?
How do you feel?
You don't want to know how I feel. You don't
I
want to know.
do. I'm asking.
I'm gonna get really angry. I'm already
That's
angry.
fine. Go ahead. It's Monday. We're gonna see it again.
Why would you say that? Like, what?
Because she called him daddy yesterday on Father's
I
Day.
don't care what she called him. Yeah. All right.
And he's in the comments folding like laundry. So how do you feel?
Well, I understand that. I mean, that's not the issue here. That's common knowledge here. I think. Yo, why, bro? I just. Why is Carly doing Judgment Day? Like, there's so many things happening. There's so
That's
many things
that's what
happening
you decided to touch on.
because
That
he's making me mad too. He's not helping.
that's
No
cool.
one's helping. Finn took the card. JD just has a big head. Damien looks stupid because he shouldn't be talking to them. What did Finn do with the card? Why did Dom act like he didn't want to go? Why is Liv so freaky on 8 p.m. on USA Network? This is not what I signed up for. This is not what I signed up for. And now I don't know, is Zelina the next contender for the championship? Because she just started beating on Liv and then they
Well,
started fighting.
well, no. Zelina had the right to pop Liv upside her head. I don't know if you know about the Twitter beef that happened between the two of them. There, I guess creative is incorporating that into the storyline to where those two do get a match, and Zelina does definitely deserve to like have like another singles run. But yeah, they got into it. Zelina pretty much said, "Yo, like I don't like Rhea for real, but like you're being creepy, like you're all up on her nigga type shit." And then Liv was like, "Well, she beat your ass, so why do you have sympathy for her?" or some shit like that. So that's where that came from. Like the girls got into it on Twitter like a week and a half ago. So, yeah, she didn't just randomly attack her. That was warranted. But you don't be on Twitter, so you wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I just if I turn on Raw tonight and this turns into Vicky Guerrero when she was showing the video footage of seeing that AJ in the hotel room, I'm going to knock all of my monitors over on this desk. So I'm just I this is only going to get worse. You know,
Mm-hmm.
last week was pretty suggestive. Not pretty suggestive. I gotta say that word. Um, it's only gonna get worse, and I'm only gonna get angrier. You know, so at this point, I just have to. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I would like to fight Dom. I would like to. This is my formal message. I would like to fight Dom. Dead ass. I'm not playing around. So if I win, put me in the storyline. No one knows who I am. Don't matter. I would like to fight Dom because I know I can beat him. And he got a hurt arm, so I get a freaking hammer to the arm. Bow. Now you armless. Now what? Now you got one arm. I'll beat him. And Liv, what? Stop being so freaky at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on USA Network on Monday Night Raw. What you got going on?
Sorry.
That's not. I don't know why you thought that was fun. I'm really in distress right now. This is not a game. This is not a game.
It's okay.
It's not okay. This is far from okay. It's far from okay. Because the moment Dom reciprocates the energy, then I'm really going to get angry. And then I'm going to want Rhea to come back and kill both of them. So,
Aw.
see, man, this is why I didn't want to say that. This is why I didn't want to say that.
What? All I said was on.
You know what?
Hey, listen. My two favorite wrestlers are fucking married to each other. I have no say in anything. I just want to be their third, you know? But that's it. I don't have these issues. But I understand where you're coming from, you know?
I don't want to be the third. I want Dom to go away
Well,
forever,
Dom's
maybe.
married, so you can't really
I
be
don't care. That's making me even more
Liv
angry.
would be the third.
I don't care. I don't care. I want Dom out of the picture.
I
Don't call
understand.
Tony D'Angelo. Don't call my man Tony D. He'll take care of it.
Hey, he said call the mob. Why not just call Solo?
What is he gonna do? Look at him?
Same character, you know?
No. Solo has gloves and a suit and stupid hair. He ain't nobody. He's not the tribal chief. I don't care what his t-shirt says.
It is what it
He's not the
is.
tribal chief.
What did his Mohawk do to you?
He looks stupid. He looks like that bird. I forget what the bird's called, but
He
he looks
cut
like
the
that
top
bird.
off because y'all cooked him.
He needs to cut all of it off.
Oh,
He looks stupid. He's not the tribal chief.
low cut Solo was. Yeah. Okay. Sammy. versus Otis. I didn't watch this match. I blinked and it was over. I don't know who interfered or what happened or whatever the fuck. What does WWE.com says? It says, although Otis is having a very strong match against Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn, Chad Gable inserted himself into the mix to berate his number one guy for not listening to him. This opened the floor for Zayn to hit a Halula kick out of nowhere to clinch the win. After the bell, a frustrated Otis gave in to Gable and attacked Sammy, nearly turned his anger. I did see that part. His anger onto Gable and storming away from the square circle. I'm not gonna hold you. Otis, honestly, truthfully, should have punched Chad in his shit that night.
Why?
Because he was helpless in the corner and scared. That he should have just kicked him or something. Because like Otis has been getting really, really close to putting his hands on Gable. He just hasn't done it yet. Like aside from the quote unquote accident at in Saudi, you know,
Otis
he's
needs to learn to follow some directions.
Oh.
That's what he needs to do.
We know what side you're on.
You're supposed to help your friends out. Otis isn't doing that. So he will be situated. But he probably is going to throw Gable around at some point. But he may do it tonight. I don't want him to. But part of me does want him to. So Julius and Brutus and Ivy can come out there and situate all three of them. You know what I'm saying? So
I want the Otis that fucking ran through the elimination chamber like glass. I want that Otis back.
Gable was trying to get that out of him, but he's too worried about Maxine.
Yes, because we'll get there. Why the fuck was she out there with a boot on? Okay.
It's time to call Mandy Rose back. That's what it's time to do.
No. Because then I'm gonna have to fight her. Because if she tried my good sister again, I'm gonna have to put my boots on. And anybody got time for that?
Not gonna be on SmackDown. Oh, you talking about the I know what you're talking about. I just want I want Mandy to come back so she can distract Otis away from Maxine. Everyone just cares about Maxine all the time now. That's what I want to stop. But it's okay.
So
I will be done with you.
Okay. So ahead of the triple threat tag match or whatever the fuck you want to call that shit on Saturday, Shayna Baszler and the booty hater defeated Alba Fire and Isla Dawn on Raw, but whatever. The whole point of this match, I guess, was to say that they never beat them before. Because that's the whole thing that they were pushing, even though Shayna has beat Alba and Isla in the past, but that's neither here nor there. I'm guessing they're saying that version of Shayna's tag team has never beaten them. But now they have whatever. Didn't really pay any attention to that match. Let's get to the nasty part of this show. Braun Breaker versus Ilya Dragunov.
That was excellent.
That was a great match. It was. It was very nostalgic for us NXT watchers. However, the Breaker part of his name is really being amped up on the main roster. He ran those ropes and ran right through Ilya. That shit was nasty. Like real bad. Then the match was over. Ilya was standing up outside the fucking ring and full force, possibly over 23 miles an hour, and ran right through him. Tried to do it again, and here came Bald Man, and then we watched his demise, which we talked about earlier. Do you
Ron's
do,
excellent.
do you think that we'll see Ricochet again
Yeah,
before his contract is over in July?
yeah. I think him and Ilya had that conversation backstage about them having one more match. I think that would be his last match, but they'll probably do a Ricochet and Braun match at some point. Even though you don't really have to, but I think Ricochet and Ilya are gonna have one more match, and then um, they'll either resign or go away. You know?
Well, Ospreay is already spreading his agenda on the internet on his Instagram story. So
Yeah, yeah.
you know, um, who knows where Trevor's going? Honestly, truthfully, I do. I do think that WWE could have did more with him, but I feel like, and I seen someone say this in the video. I feel like because his promo skills weren't up there, they just didn't. They were just like, fuck it. But he wrestles good. You don't really need him to talk. But I feel like they wanted him to be like a main character, so they needed him to talk instead of just throwing him in the ring and just letting him just do whatever.
Um, I mean, yeah. They used to put him in a lot more talking positions than they do now. Now they have him like talking backstage, so I guess it's not as bad because it's not like really as amplified when you're doing the backstage stuff. But him going to assuming he goes to AEW after the contract ends, um, they're not going to have him talk either. You know, he's going to be doing less talking than he was in in WWE because all they really care about is the wrestling at that point. You know,
Mhm.
so he may not talk at all. He may get a manager. They have a lot of people that can be a manager over there. I'm not really a fan of superstars of like the smaller stature having managers. I think that should be reserved for like the big guys, you know. But um, they're just gonna have him in there and say, "Hey, do some flips." That's all Ricochet has to do. Going to AEW, he's going to get paid a lot of money to do what he's best at. So that's why it makes to me it makes the most sense. But it's just like I'm not sure what they were trying to do with like putting Ricochet. Like a few weeks ago, he was walking around in a suit trying to hint to like a heel turn or something like that. But then
Heel God.
again, yeah. But now you're like, okay, now Ricochet has to talk again, and we know he's not that good at that. Is he the? He's not the worst, you know. But to be a heel at that point, now you have to talk a little bit more. It's not gonna happen, you know. And unfortunately, Ricochet is never going to be a world champion in WWE. You know, I think he had his biggest moment probably when he won that IC championship before Gunther put him through that mat a few times, you know. So that's it, and it's not really anything of his fault. It's just how WWE is run. You know, Ricochet will always be an amazing talent. Um, I think his NXT run is the stuff of legends, but it's just AEW is going to just force him to go out there and wrestle. You know, and being on Raw right now is not the place for him. So I think that we'll probably end up seeing him again once or twice, maybe. Um, but really anywhere else, I think he's probably going to end up just wrestling.
Hmm.
I really wants him to go to TNA because AEW is going to make him fall into the. He's going to be a big deal for a month, and then not people aren't going to care about him in like 3-4. That's just the way AEW is run. But he's in a interesting spot. I'm not going to say a weird. He's in an interesting spot, but we'll see what happens. I guess he'll be all right. Hopefully.
Then we got some foolishness. Um, they're really playing up on R-Truth's character real good. Like currently, he's driving Ms. Ragged, and I love it personally. I remember when they came, here to Hartford, and Truth was trying to set up a wrestling match against the Yukon Huskies, and Miz was like, they play basketball, and he was like, a sport is a sport. Great comedy. Laughed
Fair
my
point.
ass off, right? So we get to a backstage segment, and Truth comes out of this random room. He's like, oh, there's like, a card reader back there, like she's telling fortunes and stuff like that. And he's like, we have a match tonight, and he's holding a death card. Scarlett emerges from said room. She hands Miz one as well. Awesome Truth has a match against AOP. They were getting ragdolled real bad, and then here comes the New Day, and they did what they were supposed to do. Strong black men. Truth grabs the title. He pops one of them AOP niggas in the back of the head, because I still can't tell them apart. I did a whole meet and greet with one of them and still can't tell them apart. Which is, that's terrible. WWE, do something.
One of them wear like red and everyone wear black. I don't know.
Like, please do something, because they're not twins. That's another thing. I can't tell them apart, really? And they're not fucking twins. They're not twins.
What? That's crazy. I did not know that.
Truth grabs the title. He pops one of them in the back of the head. They do the whole the whole Eddie thing, toss it, hope the ref sees, But the thing is, Truth didn't hit the floor when he tossed the fucking title at him. That's what he should have did. But they got the W with that. And then tonight we have Karrion Kross versus Xavier Woods because of the situation. I don't know what Kross's fucking agenda is as far as the New Day goes. I feel like I understand like he's trying to break them up, but I don't see like the agenda that he's trying to push. It doesn't make any sense. But long as Woods is on my TV, I'm cool with that, because he's cool.
I'm gonna make him angry, Xavier Woods. Now he's a bad guy. Ooh. Even though I don't think the New Day should ever break up ever, but hopefully Big E will save us. He probably won't, but that's the only hope I have.
Come out with a fucking mic and be like, "Hey, cut that shit out."
Yes, that's really all you have to do. You don't even gotta wrestle for real. Just, someone stop Karrion Kross from destroying everything. He's like a leech. He's just everything good. Karrion Kross like a black hole. He just comes and just consumes it.
I remember a lot of people were like, "Where the fuck is Karrion Kross? Where the fuck is Karrion Kross?" And they had him strictly on house shows. So nobody knew where the fuck he was, and then they put him on TV, and it was just like, oh, there he goes. That was great. Because I knew where Karrion Kross was. I knew where Karrion Kross was. He was at my very first house show. It was just like, oh, he's working, guys. It's okay. He's alive. He's just on the road permanently. I think people were just were looking at rosters and was just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, where is this guy? Like, he was so great in NXT, and then he got to the main roster, and then he just disappeared. Oh, also, keep Odyssey Jones off my fucking TV for the rest of the month of June. Thanks.
Yeah, he wildin'. What's the problem, man?
Drew McIntyre defeats Finn Balor, and this match was to determine if the Judgment Day was going to be barred from ringside during the championship match, the main event of Clash at the Castle this past weekend. The Judgment Day was barred, but not CM Punk. I still haven't seen the ending of that match. I think I want to do that at the end of this episode. Just get my raw reaction of what happened. Because I still haven't seen it yet. I've avoided all clips on the internet for the last 2 days.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen any clips on Twitter. I haven't seen any clips on TikTok. I just keep seeing this picture of Phil throwing up fucking a 2 count.
Was
Because
you
people
watching the
have
show
been.
now?
When I was recording my reactions, when I was watching the show, the last thing I saw was Damian Priest flipping off the crowd, and then they cut my fucking broadcast and sent me to Triple H.
Oh, damn.
Mid
Oh,
match.
you did say that. You
They
did
were
say that.
just like, ha, this broadcast is over. The replay will be available soon. I was watching the replay right now, bitch. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, nah, hold on.
So I just turned my computer off and got in the bed. I was like, fuck it. There was no need for me to like keep refreshing the page until like a fucking button popped up. I was just like, fuck it. I drew loss. What the fuck? Like that was it. That was literally it for me. I still haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure I can pull the clip up. I'm sure it's on YouTube and just
Yeah.
react to it here, and our listeners can get that reaction that TikTok will never see. Just yeah. We didn't watch the Blue Brand this week. I started to watch the Blue Brand and then my computer conked out on me. I was pre-recording to upload my fucking reactions for 8 o'clock when the show was airing. And then we got to the Grayson Waller effect and my computer said, fuck you, fuck all of this, fuck. So
Oh,
I didn't get to watch the rest of SmackDown. The only match that I did see was Naomi versus Chelsea. And that was a great match. It wasn't a squash match. They actually let them wrestle. For everyone that is so like caught up on like her gear, yes, she was a unicorn, but her gear was also inspired by the fucking what's that? The marshmallow spread? What the fuck is that shit called?
marshmallows.
I'm on a computer. I can 100% just look this up. Uh, Fluff. Like it was inspired by like the
Oh,
fucking the fluff can.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was like. The jet puffed brand to be exact. That's what it was inspired by. The font and everything, like the N looks just like that. The Waller effect, from what I did see before, my computer shitted on me. DIY is starting to get into Theory's head. And we're gonna get a Theory face turn very, very soon. And it's gonna end up with them either losing the titles to DIY and then having a match against each other because Waller is feeling himself a little bit too much because he keeps pulling Theory into these like instances for him to get hit. I see a breakup of these two coming very, very soon, and I think Theory should have been faced a long time ago, but they didn't know what to do with him at the moment, so they're using the titles as like a reason to like turn him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect them to do it this early, but I really don't want Triple H to stretch this out because I don't think it's a storyline that needs to be stretched out.
Mhm.
Um, I am interested to see how a Theory face turn would work. I'm not gonna say I'm excited for it because I'm not really the biggest Theory guy, but
He
I
had a
mean,
whole meet and greet by himself in Scotland. It's coming.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully we can see what this really. We all know that Vince was the one who just loved Theory so much, but hopefully he can show some of the potential that a lot of people believe that he has. I think he's an amazing wrestler. I just think that the Money in the Bank win and the win against Cena, for some reason, both of those amazing achievements may have been his biggest emotion. So I don't know.
Vince loved Theory for the same reason I loved him.
I'm going to get up for 1 second. I don't like that you said that, and I'm going to.
What?
That's
I didn't
crazy.
say anything wrong.
I know, but hold on.
I think that he was sexualizing that boy, but it's neither here nor there. Um, let's see. Santo Escobar versus Apollo Crews. What the fuck was this about? After El Gato del Fantasma attacked Apollo Crews before his match with Angel last week, Crews sought retribution as he took on the group leader, Santos Escobar. Just as Escobar was taking care of Crews, Baron Corbin came down to even the odds, taking out the rest of. I need to see that. What the fuck? What is that about? Hold on. Can I click this video?
These guys of Legado del Fantasma have completely ruined whatever momentum Apollo Crews was supposed to build. This is payback time.
Off of the opening bell, Apollo Crews firing right hands towards Santos.
Was this match really 3 minutes? That's nasty work, if it was. The fuck? How did we get here? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Ooh. Good lord.
Hello?
Huh?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened when
I
I got up?
was watching this clip here of Santos Escobar versus Apollo Crews. Um
Oh yeah. Got it then.
Baron Corbin, yeah.
I don't know what they got going on with him.
I mean he came and he helped out. He got rid of Angel and Humberto. But Apollo still fucking lost the match.
Man.
Cody and AJ had a face off. Michin defeated Nia Jax. I think we kind of saw that coming. Tiffany Stratton was on commentary for that. Ew. LA Knight showed up to Logan Paul's house in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa defeats Kevin Owens. What? And then we got the return of and then we got the return of Randy Orton. Stomping somebody out in dress shoes with no socks on is very criminal. Like, you gotta do something about that. That picture was nasty to look at. Oh, Jesus. Chaos breaks out at NXT Women's Champion, drops potential challengers. Who the fuck was she talking about? I didn't see that. I missed that part. Y'all have to keep Lexus King off of my TV. Like, I really would appreciate it if y'all did that. Sean Spears versus Javon Evans. I just don't be understanding why y'all be putting that boy in these predicaments. But you know what? That don't got shit to do with me. We discussed Cody Rhodes earlier being on NXT. I don't understand why Trick decided to end that promo with Cody you come into the cookout. Jesus. We didn't need that. That wasn't necessary. And I thought Cody was a +1 because his wife is black, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, and I don't know why I have to make a disclaimer about this.
Mm-hmm.
The cookout is not an NXT premium live event. that's coming in the summer. There are multiple people that have a huge audience that are now spreading the agenda that the cookout is coming live to NXT Premium Live event or to Peacock or something. It's literally just a cookout, bro. He's asking if Cody's going to come so he can eat outside.
Yeah,
with burgers.
come hang out with the blacks. As the Caucasians will call it, a barbecue. They was inviting him to the barbecue. We call it a cookout. Y'all call it a barbecue.
Or a picnic.
See,
picnic.
No. If I had nitro, I would hit the button, but you would have a heart attack. So I'm not gonna do that. The sound bite from the ride.
Oh no.
Yeah,
oh no.
You'd have a heart attack.
Why do you have that? See that? Okay, bro.
Huh?
Why do you have that as
it's a part of the soundboard in my server?
Well, why? Why did you download that sound?
Because it's funny.
You know how I feel about that.
It's okay.
Not okay.
I think it's hilarious.
Now the people are listening, they're confused because they don't know what's going on.
Just look up Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Disney World. Because I don't know if he says it at Disneyland.
Let's say it anywhere, you know.
It's okay. So let's skip to Saturday. Oh well, no, we can't skip anything. Friday, TNA.
Jeff Hardy is alive and wrestling like he's 26 again. So Tony Khan, you are a bum, and you took everything out of Jeff, and he's still alive.
Bum.
So everything's gonna be just fine. Apparently they're not signed.
They're still free agents. They're chilling, they're cool, and they're relaxing and stuff. What I will say is the ending to that match was chef's fucking kiss. I haven't checked on Rebby to see if she's alive. If she has, not to my knowledge, I haven't seen that she's been live on TikTok, because she literally goes live on TikTok like 3 times a day. I have not seen her go live since Friday. So my good sister still might be suffering from her husband putting her through a table.
That shit was kind of brutal.
Put her all the way through that motherfucker too.
You took it though. Sheesh.
I kind of figured she was gonna be a part of the match in some way, because Thursday night they had the Hardy family as a whole had a vignette. It involved the kids and everything. Like Gothic Baby made her TNA debut. All the kids were involved, and Rebby as well. And they saved Jeff for the very, very end, and I'm not gonna hold you. It was like I said, perfect. Everything was fucking perfect. The Nemeth brothers, they be coming in and stuff. I don't know what that hug was between Jeff and Nick. Did Dolph Ziggler and Jeff have like a beef or something? Like have a rivalry in WWE that I don't know about?
Like currently,
like did they ever have one? Because I was gone from WWE from like 5 to like 8 years.
I mean, the only time I can think of Jeff and Dolph maybe having a match is like 2008 to like 2009.
I would have seen that then.
They may have had a feud over like the IC championship or something like that, but yeah, they wrestled a few times actually on Raw. Okay, they had an Extreme Rules match on Raw for some reason, right?
What the fuck?
In 2009. Oh my god, that was before he went to SmackDown, I think. Yeah, they're just a random Dolph Ziggler and Jeff Hardy match from 2009, and they were just killing each other on Raw. That's interesting. All right.
Yeah, that interaction was a little awkward, but you know, um, yeah, he came out. He had a chair. He stood there. He looked around a little bit. He went in and he did his thing. And you're right. Like you said on Friday, he does look a lot younger than he did in AEW. I don't know what the fuck they got going on over there, but people, like wrestlers, are aging like milk over at AEW. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. Because I don't remember Swerve looking like that prior to Tony dragging him up and down the street every fucking week, 3 times a week.
Oh, in TNA, you sons of bitches.
Oh,
You have 8 amazing Jeff Hardy TNA songs, and he decides to come out to Loaded, bruh. Loaded, the worst one out of all of his theme songs. You have 8 different theme songs you could have came out with him. TNA exclusive ones.
but
Loaded.
I get it. I get it because Loaded High Key is like iconic. Like when you think of the Hardy Boys, you hear that song. So like, you know, I get it. I understand. But it made sense, especially with like the Tron. The Tron was like their logo and shit. So yeah.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
I understand.
Matt, you need to stay away for a minute. This is about Jeffrey, Nero, motherfucking Hardy.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when Jeffrey Nero Hardy walks out, I need to hear one of the great, amazing theme songs that he had. You have like 6 to choose from. That's why I was mad. It's not like he had one. He got like 6. And he just, I know he's coming out to help his brother. Ooh, don't give a fuck. I don't want to see a Hardy's run. I don't. Part of me don't want to see a Jeff run because I'm scared. Because AEW made me think that he was just on his deathbed. But I want to hear Modest to the top. I want to hear. I want to hear what that nigga was making. He was making songs for him and the band for him to come out on TNA. Every few years, he would just switch the theme song and come out with another one. He comes out to dana. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. That's it. I ain't trying to hear that. I don't even remember Loaded even being a theme song when him and Matt were wrestling together on TNA. I feel like I don't even remember if they came out to Loaded at that point. So what the fuck made them do it in 2024?
Oh wow.
Now I gotta go back. I highly doubt they came out to that theme song in TNA. If they did, then they did. But part of me thinks that they didn't. That theme song never played in TNA before. Why the hell did it happen to that?
That was Friday. I mentioned TNA on Thursdays. Saturday. Clash at the Castle. I want to see there. Okay, so I just want to put this out there, right? CM Punk is on the Raw roster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, awesome, wonderful, right? He said at the press conference that he might skip Raw this week and go to SmackDown in Chicago. They're advertising him for SmackDown on Friday. But I think he should show up tonight.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Go on Friday. Don't worry about Drew. Commentary. Wade Barrett was talking cash money shit. Yeah, show up on Friday. Never mind. I take back everything I was going to say. Let's get to Clash real quick. Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland. what were your thoughts on this show?
I got no problem with the show. I think it did everything it was supposed to do. I thoroughly enjoyed everything. I mean, besides um the ropes being not the way they're supposed to be, and everyone deciding to scream at Jade Cargill for messing up because you're either racist or just don't like Jade Cargill. Which again, no one has given me a reason for not liking Jade Cargill that's not revolving around racism, and or just not liking women. And so it's just I don't understand. You know, it's I've only heard that the Jade Cargill stuff from people who I've already known to be racist, or just don't think women should be wrestling. And both of those people, I don't want to hear them talk ever. You know, so but the fact that I've been unfortunately I've had to hear them because they have big audiences. Now it's just everywhere. And Jade Cargill, she messes up once, and they run her through the mud.
And then her mess up wasn't even her fault.
And guess what? It wasn't even that bad. She slipped and fell. Ooh, she got right back up and then continued. Was it a little sloppy? Yes, because she just messed up. I guess everything afterwards is going to be a second or two off. It happens. People mess up. I don't know why wrestling fans up on botches anyway. So like, they're not going to be perfect all the time. I think people are looking at Jade Cargill to be perfect all the time for some reason. Still don't know why. She just can't stutter, slip, trip. She can't do anything wrong. She sneezes on the mic. They're ready to just get her out the company. And it's very, very weird because anyone else can mess up. AJ and Cody, they messed up. Damian damn near ripped his leg off.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody saying, oh, Damian needs to go back to the performance center because he messed up. Obviously.
Alba also slipped on the ropes in that match as well.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I think they're focusing in on Jade because WWE made her such a big deal when they signed her. And they've been showcasing her as like this unstoppable like force. So I feel like the people had already been picking her apart because of, you know, her in-ring ability over at AEW. But y'all have to understand that in these situations, it's out of their control. Like, we literally saw and have continued to see since Clash went off that the referee said something to AJ about the ropes. When AJ went to go pull on the ropes during his entrance, like he usually pulls on it and it like bounced back, the rope didn't fucking move. So they were too fucking tight. They were too fucking tight. And then they probably went and tried to fix the ropes being too fucking tight and loosened them too much, which is how we got Damian Priest hanging himself upside down by his fucking ankle. There was even an instant in Sammy and Gable's match where he tried to clothesline Gable off like over the top rope and Gable didn't fucking move. So they had to be like trying to get the ropes right all night, but we'll never know that because we don't get to see what happens during the breaks when the wrestlers are leaving unless you're there. As someone who's been at PLEs and at SmackDowns and Raws and stuff and watched the crew change things around the fucking ring. There's a lot going on. You're not going to always get it right in a matter of 5 minutes. And to the people that are like, oh, well, they're not putting their wrestlers in like these dangerous situations. Their job is dangerous. Their job is fucking dangerous. We saw how dislocated Seth Rollins' knee was at WrestleMania during the main event when Roman speared him. His fucking knee just flopped. So yeah, I can't say, oh, they're putting them in these dangerous situations with the ropes being all fucked up. Their job is dangerous. They're being put in dangerous situations every time they step in a ring. Asuka just had to go have surgery on her fucking knee after like competing on it for months while being injured, and we just never knew. We're gonna do these matches real quick. You ready?
Yeah.
When I did my prediction on TikTok, I somehow predicted the order of the match and then the matches, and then like the list came out like maybe like 5 minutes after I posted my shit in like the order the match, like the card actually went, which is funny to
Every
me.
week.
So Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles opened the show with the I Quit match. I kind of want to see a three-peat with them. Am I wrong for that? I want to see.
You're not wrong for
I want
it.
to see one
I
more.
don't, but
I want to see one more, and then that'll be it. 3 and done.
I don't know. I mean, no, I don't. I would love to hear why you do, but I don't. You're not wrong for it.
I just think that they have like really, really good chemistry in the ring. In my opinion, this match was better than Backlash. Eat your hearts out. I don't care. They pushed each other like to their limits in this match, and then the involvement of Cody's mom and stuff like that. I think that overall, this match was definitely better than the last one, and we're starting to see like small hints of heel Cody coming out in these matches with AJ. Like the face Cody is like fighting with heel Cody like back and forth. Even with the ending, and I kind of want to credit the person who said this, so I'm gonna go on Twitter because I believe I quoted the tweet. Where is it? Okay. Y'all's favorite wrestling memer. I didn't realize it was him. Mr. Hang'em High on Twitter. He posted the clip of where AJ said I quit when Cody was holding the stairs. And it says Cody's face after AJ said I quit made it seem like he was actually confused and disappointed that AJ decided to quit that early. It's almost as if he wanted to continue to torture him. And the fact that he ended up hitting him with the stairs anyway. And my response to the quote tweet was like the heel spirit is creeping up. Cody did say he didn't want to turn heel. Like he feels like he doesn't need to. But I feel like he's a better heel than he is a face. But the face works for him. Right? Am I saying that right? Like I feel like
I think you're not wrong in that sense. I just don't want them to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't.
what
I
heel
mean,
Cody?
not at this point. I feel like he'll have to lose the championship first because there's no reason for him to just turn in the midst of having everything that he's been asking for the past 3 years. You know, I don't. I mean, and he's the biggest babyface in the company at the moment. I don't think that there's a reason why you turn him this early, unless you either have him about to lose the championship or you do the heel turn after he already loses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Him as a heel, of course it can work, but I don't think him just turning heel randomly while he's champion does well for him. Could you write the story? Absolutely. You could write the whole story about the championship corrupting his brain and now he's becoming that's cool. I don't think there's any reason for that. I don't think that there's any reason for you to do that at this moment. Only time you turn him heel is when he absolutely like he loses the championship, and then maybe like he can't get it back, and that now gives him a reason to do something like that. But at this point in time, I don't know. I don't know.
That spirit is on him. I saw the spirit when he was outside of SmackDown waiting for AJ to pull up.
That was fun.
I saw that spirit right there. He was ready.
That's the thing. He can just be more aggressive. He don't even have to be like a quote unquote heel. That's why I don't want them to turn him into what Diet John Cena was, and like Diet John Cena as like a comparison to what he was in like 2010. You know, you don't have to turn Cody into fucking Super Cena. Those aren't the same character at all. You know, so you do something like that. Now that opens up the character switch kind of thing. You know, it opens up the possibility of that. But nah, I don't want to see Cody as a heel until he absolutely has to turn heel. And right now, I don't think there's any reason for him to do it.
How do you feel about them setting up Solo versus Cody at the end of the match?
Womp womp. I don't care for a one-on-one match between Solo and Cody when Cody already beat Solo before 39 and was the first person to beat him on the main roster. I don't care. Solo is like, he's not it, bruh. He's not it. I know they're trying to act like he's the tribal chief. He's not. Cody's it. Solo is not. So that match sounds like another ass Friday Night SmackDown main event, if I'm being honest with you. So, if you want to have them interact at Money in the Bank, then just do a 6-man tag with him, Randy, KO versus the Bloodline.
Ew.
And then that's what else do they have?
I want Kevin and Randy away from the Bloodline. That's what I want.
Oh, you're not gonna get that.
I know. That's unfortunate, ain't it?
A little bit, yeah. I don't want to see KO feud with the Bloodline anymore either. It doesn't seem like it's gonna end well for
Kevin's
KO
been doing this for goddamn 3 years at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what the end game is, but
do you know what the end game is? You know what the end game is? Kevin going the fuck back to Raw and giving me Jey Uso back on SmackDown. That's the end game. That man got red shirts. Put him on the red brand. Fuck.
That's cool.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you said that you didn't care about it, because that's going to take me over here to this tweet that I saw before I went to bed this morning, because, you know, I don't sleep regular fucking hours like a normal human being. A friend of yours quoted a tweet that said, the tweet says, "This match looks like the direction for Money in the Bank, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa." This person then quoted the tweet and said, "Serious question. Who actually cares about this? Another Bloodline story? Just curious, LOL." So I quoted the tweet. The tweet wasn't directed at the person who tweeted it, but I made a general statement, therefore starting the tweet out with the word y'all, because y'all is a general statement. It says, "Y'all complain when Solo's a mute. Y'all complain when he wears the black hoodies. Y'all complain when he doesn't do anything, and now he has a character and y'all still complaining. We all knew this was coming sooner or later." That was a general statement, and that was a shot to everybody on my fucking timeline who has been complaining about Solo for the last 4 months. Shut up. Y'all wanted him to do something other than wear a black hoodie, come out and spike people. He's talking. He's wrestling. He's talking. Like, what the fuck? And this new character, because we're in a new era of Solo, because we had the Street Champ, we had the Enforcer. Now we're in this tribal era, tribal prince, tribal chief era of Solo, right? It's working for him because his character as the Enforcer has always been this emotionless person who just wants to run rampant and cause pain. He's doing that while also having people behind him that's their only goal as well. Run ragged, cause pain. We always knew that eventually we were going to circle back around to the bloodline and Cody Rhodes because Cody has the fucking title. We were going to get here eventually. So if that is what they want to do for Money in the Bank, cool. But again, I would like to see one more match with AJ and Cody just to get the three-peat off, call it a day. Was I expecting for Solo to just walk out applauding Cody? No. I barely even fucking saw this shit. I looked in the corner of my eyes and saw a ghost. This could have waited till SummerSlam. If that's what they really wanted to do. But we're leading more towards Toronto at the beginning of next month. Alright, cool, whatever.
Hey,
Hmm.
this is my thing with him. It's like I feel like people were complaining about Solo because we all wanted him to talk.
Mm-hmm.
We all wanted him to show more emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And we all want him to wrestle.
Correct.
But if you go out there and we say we want you to talk and you go out there and you don't say anything, there's the issue. If we ask you to go out there and wrestle and you go and wrestle matches that don't matter and you have meaningless SmackDown main events against KO and Randy Orton every week, then I understand. The reason why people aren't too happy about Solo, or I'm not going to say people, I'm going to speak for myself. I've been wanting Solo to talk, but he's not saying nothing. I've been wanting Solo to wrestle, but he's having meaningless matches. And the biggest part of the storyline, and one of the main things that Solo said when this new bloodline started, is that they can't lose.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes against Cody, he's going to lose. So what happens then? This is the point. If I'm a wrestler and y'all say, all right, Loft, go out there and cut a promo, and I go out there and say, net 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, shut the. You're like, we wanted you to talk, but not like that. Say something. Did you say Loft, go out there and wrestle, and I go out there and just start doing whatever for 30 minutes and not put on a good match? They're like, we wanted you to wrestle, but not like that. The point is, we can want Solo to do all of these things, but you have to do them well, especially if you want us to take you serious. You cannot be a heir to Roman Reigns and not do anything as good as Roman Reigns. That's the point. We cannot say you are the next coming after Roman falls at some point, and you're just a complete demotion from Roman Reigns.
Do you think that that's a creative problem, though?
Of course it is.
Okay.
That's where it starts. But at the same time, we have to get away. We also have to get away from saying, like, I feel like when it's a great thing happening, if Solo is doing everything perfect right now, we will be saying, "Oh, good job, Solo. Yes, this is your doing." But when it's bad, oh, this ain't your fault. This ain't Solo's fault. No, you can't switch it every time. If it's something good, we can clap for him. If it's something bad, we have to move all the blame away from him. No. They're a part of this too. It's a 50-50 thing. It's creative and the superstar. You know? It's the superstar's job to make us care. All creative doing is telling you what to do. If you go out there and you can't execute it, then that falls on your lap too. Triple H isn't out there cutting the promos. He isn't out there wrestling the matches. He's telling you to go out there and do it. So if you are being trusted to go out there and make the people care, you have to do that. And if you can't do it, that essentially is now your fault. should we yell at you forever about it? No. But I don't see why I'm supposed to take Solo Sikoa seriously right now. When in the promos, I don't. I'm Paul Heyman's the most interesting part of it to me. He's having meaningless matches on SmackDown that either end in him losing or losing by DQ. So still losing, you know. And he's not doing anything to the level, not even of Roman. He's not doing anything to the level of Jay. Jay's better than he is, you know. And people like to jump on Jay all the time. That's cool too. But Jay's better at everything than Solo is right now. At least people believe Jay. I don't know anyone that believes Solo. Tama Tonga just go there. Tangaloa is terrible, you know. So this is what you cannot. You're building up to this bloodline 2.0 going against the OG bloodline. When Roman, Jimmy, Jay, and for the love of God, if Jacob Fatu comes out with them, it's over at that point. There isn't a comparison anymore. You have the greatest Universal Champion of all time, arguably the greatest tag team of all time, and then you have this big Roman freaking prototype who everything that Roman can do, Jacob can do 15 times better. And some shit Roman can't do, Jacob can do. Some shit Roman won't do, and Jacob feel like he can do. So
like
at that point, yes. So when those 8 people get in that ring, and you have, again, greatest Universal Champion of all time, Roman 2.0 and Jacob Fatu, and arguably the greatest tag team of all time, with Solo, who won a crown jewel and then went on a 9-10 week losing streak and still is not like that. Tama Tonga, who again, I don't know. Tangaloa, not good, and whoever they decide to make it for. It's no longer a comparison. But I'll be right back.
So I just feel like at some point we're gonna have to just let this whole thing pan out. I feel like I'm a person that like always roots for the underdog. Like that's just like that's my thing. I've always felt like Solo hasn't been pushed to his full potential the way that he should be and that he's supposed to be. But then again, that's also again a creative thing. That's not necessarily okay, rudeness. That's not necessarily like Solo's fault. And until we're able to see him at his full potential, we're gonna be in like the same predicament over and over and over and over again, where people are just like, what the fuck is this guy here for? But that's not my problem. And I'm not gonna keep fighting Triple H about it either. That's that's a him doing his job thing, I guess.
You need to ask Sean what to do because Sean had the correct idea.
I still also feel like Solo was called up too fucking early.
I still don't think he should have been in the bloodline anyway. Ever. There was no reason for him to. He had a whole character with some sort of charisma, with direction on NXT. And they said, nah, you're related to him, so let's bring him up. For what? For what? Solo, anyone could have been in Solo's position.
What the hell? But yeah. I don't know. I just feel like at some point. Oh, what the fuck? I feel like at some point they have to like low-key be held responsible for their crimes. I'm just saying. I feel like if he would have been like more polished down in NXT and then brought to the main roster to like be in the bloodline, then all right, cool, whatever. But they just like they bought him up and like stripped him of his like entire personality. And we've been just seeing this man. Even like and I feel like they stripped him after Sammy left the bloodline because he still had something to him before they completely muted him. But that's another complaint for another fucking time.
Remember that report when they said, I don't know if it's real or not, but remember that report when they said, oh, they're scared of bringing Jacob over because he's gonna take away from Solo?
He's gonna outshine Solo. Yeah,
that's your fault. That is your fault. We're putting Solo in these positions where he doesn't talk for a year. That's your fault. Anyone could have been in position to spike Cody and help Roman retain at 39. Anyone could have been the next person to come up after Roman was done. Y'all put Solo in this position, and now him not executing, I understand. While I really don't agree with it, I understand why people say it's not his fault at all. I understand why people say that because it doesn't look like it. You know, on a surface level, it doesn't look like it because he can only do what he's told. You know, he can only do what the script says, what the story entails for him to do. If anything else doesn't work from that sense, what else? You know, what are you to do at that point when Triple H is only telling you to do this, and this to set up for something later? But people aren't going to realize how bad this is going to look until Roman, the Usos, and whoever. It don't even have to be Jacob. It could be anybody. Until Roman and the Usos are in the ring with Solo, Tama, and Tangaloa, that's when people are going to realize, oh, there's no unpredictability in this match unless they just decide to put Solo in them over, which they probably won't. But this is whenever they decide to have the big blow off matches, probably like a War Games match, something like that, then people are going to realize what happened. If people aren't realizing now. I don't hate Solo. Solo's a very interesting character when he is given the ability to be, you know. But you can't have this man losing every match since Crown Jewel. He demolished Cena and then just kept losing. And then he's having random matches on SmackDown, which a lot of people just don't care about, you know. And then you cannot build a story around not losing and walking into situations where he's going to lose. Solo's not going to be Universal Champion. He's not going to be Cody. So what is Solo going to spike himself? Solo got 8 spikes that he didn't spike himself yet. He's owed himself by 8 spikes.
I think it's so funny that y'all keep saying that.
Because it's true. I'm going off of what he said. No losing. And the next thing he did was knock Jimmy all around for about 5 minutes.
They killed him.
And then Solo went out there and then lost more. So what are you going to hurt yourself? When are you going to discipline yourself for that? Never? Okay. Why should I care about this new bloodline story then? If the most bare bones thing, wins and losses, if that doesn't matter, what else matters? If Jay's on a different show, Roman's not there, and Jimmy's hurt, why am I supposed to care about these 3 people? That's it. I want to care. But Tonga Low can't wrestle. Tama Tonga, you took his finisher away, so now he has his nut ass pay dirt. Or fucking flatliner. And Solo is out there wearing terrible fits and telling me that he's a tribal chief of something, and the person I care about the most is Paul Heyman. So until they figure that out, I'm not gonna care about this bloodline story. If you care about it, that's cool. I'm not here to make people not care about it. I'm telling you that I can't see eye to eye with you until they force me to. I wasn't into the Bloodline story, the first one, until they made me. And the moment when Roman and Jay had that Hell in a Cell match and Roman was crying, that was when I was like, oh, this shit. Wait a minute,
That
this shit might
nigga
be.
wasn't crying. I don't trust that man.
Yes, and that's the point. That moment of acting right there, to where you thought he cared. That is when they got me. Right there. Now again, the story hasn't really gotten its legs yet. So maybe at some point we're gonna get a moment like that. I don't think we're gonna get that though. Who's gonna do it? Solo's not, because he already shown he doesn't even have the charisma of Roman, and he hasn't been given the amount of chances as Roman. Roman's been given everything. He even if he fell, they would have picked him back up immediately. So Solo isn't given that luxury. So Solo has to work a little bit harder. But it's not it right now. They have too many. There's too many small things that they have to figure out for this to work. And I promise you, if you do all this stuff about Solo can't lose, and then you go out there and he loses, what the fuck are we here for?
Mm-hmm.
And he can't just beat Cody, because now you have the person who you haven't built up as world champion. So what the fuck do you do now? That's it.
So now we're gonna move on to what we discussed at the top of this portion, the tag team match. This is the match where it became apparent that there was something wrong with the fucking ropes. Cody and AJ did like a really good job like working around that. They did the match the way that you wanted them to.
Thank God. Oh man. I've been waiting for that for a long time. Next time they do a 4-way, they're not gonna do it right. They're not gonna do it right. That's what makes me mad. Y'all know how to do it. Y'all just did it. So do the same way for the 4-way too. One person from each team in the ring. It's not that hard. Why the fuck would someone from the other team tag in their opponent? That makes no sense. It ain't that hard. But thank you, whoever decided to produce this match. Thank you for doing the match the correct way. I really do appreciate that.
WWE. I just want to talk to y'all real quick. I'm on y'all's website and I'm reading the summaries of the matches just so that we can get to this a little quicker. I put in an application 3 times in the last 6 months, right? For y'all social media team. I would have never put notes from Cody and AJ's match under the fucking tag team match. What is this?
I'm confused. What's happening here?
As I'm reading this, right, it's the summary of the tag team match, right? And then it talks about the ending of the match. It says, in an emotional celebration, Fire and Dawn tearfully embrace some family members sitting in the front row. Then the next sentence says, a Cody Cutter and 2 Crossroads Left Styles dazed and confused.
Yo, what the fuck?
What? Why are we talking about the last match? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
They interrupted that shit. J.K. Carter comes out in a Crossroads. Whoa. Whoa.
Then it says, Rhodes then handcuffs Styles to the ropes. Like, what? Blasting the Phenomenal One with steel stairs in a strike. Then it goes back to what it previously says prior to this. Because first of all, it looks like y'all copied and pasted this bitch to make this shit longer. Because the Cody Cutter part all the way down to where they talk about where Solo and fucking the Bloodline comes in is also in the part above this, word for fucking word. Y'all fucking up. And this isn't the first time I've caught a fuck up on this website.
Damn.
So this is the match where we kind of like figured out where like, something was wrong with the ropes. Jade went for a crossbody and she fell. Alba also like skipped around the ropes a little bit when she went to jump out onto her opponents. I forgot who was out there. I think it was like Shayna and one other person. It might have been Bianca. She slipped off the top of the ropes when she tried to jump. They mentioned it during commentary. I mentioned this to you. We have to tell Bianca to stop putting shit in her fucking hair. Her spikes were everywhere in the ring. First of all, their goddamn gear was chef's kiss. I still need their renders from that night. They looked amazing. Her spikes were everywhere in the fucking ring. Zoe Stark somehow decided that the cute portion of her gear that she walked out in, she didn't need it to wrestle in, so she took it off. There was a lot going on in this match too that kind of like made my head hurt a little bit. Shayna Baszler got her ass on fucking Twitter today and said, "Y'all are talking about the ropes, yet Zoe did 3 springboards." Zoe Stark weighs 90 fucking pounds. Of course, it's not going to affect someone who's short and petite. Jade Cargill is 5'10". What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? And then on top of that, let me see something else. I mean, since I have my resources here. Again, the Alba Fire also slipped on the ropes. 5'8". Like, these are taller women. Of course, your miniature schnauzer is going to fucking make it across the fucking ropes. They don't have her height on here. Zoe, you got lucky. I was about to rip you to shreds. The ending to me was sloppy. Like, something about that was just like terrible. Y'all are on Jade's nuts about tapping. She was being choked out. You could see it in her face. Like, she was literally being choked out. She wasn't wrestling choked out. Shayna was actually trying to put that woman to sleep by accident. So she was tapping her for her to loosen her grip up. I don't understand how y'all did not see that. There was just so much nitpicking going on in this match. Like, talking about it is making me angry, and I don't have time to be angry. So yeah. How do you feel about this match?
The tapping thing, I understand why people were confused about that because you can't tap, especially on camera,
Yeah, I don't think that was supposed to be seen like that.
It probably wasn't. So I mean, it does look like Shayna was like, you know what I'm saying? She had it in there, Yeah, once the camera sees it, you now have to adapt, I thought she was like doing the thing because I feel like this happened before. So like a wrestler has been like in the submission and they're like smack on the mat once, and someone would think that they tapped out. So it's not it's not a Jade Cargill exclusive issue. It was just timing and what was seen. You now have to deal with that, Now that to me partially makes sense for why Jade and Bianca lost because remember when Liv tapped out to Ronda and then Liv ended up winning the match, that was the kickoff for everyone booing her as a champion. So if Jade was to tap out like everyone saw and still win the match, then it could have got bad at that point, So it could have been audible. I don't know. Maybe they had Alba and Isla playing to win all the time. But I don't. I think the match itself was cool. I had no problem with the match. We have the few mess ups at the end. All right, I'm not going harbor in on it because the match was still cool. If it was a bad match, okay, now I see. But it wasn't a bad match. But when you come down to the finish of matches, the finish has to be good, or a lot of people are going to be like, "Why wasn't the finish good?" That's really the most important part to most people, I guess. I don't know. Um, I'm not a fucking wrestling journalist nerd dude, so I don't know what like the most important matches, most important part of these matches are. But I understand why people were mad about the finish because it's the end of the match. That's where you decide your winner. But I don't
Oh my
know.
god.
I you good?
Fucking wind slammed my door shut. Scared the shit out of
Damn.
me.
Oh my god. That's some angry ass wind over there. But nah, man, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. I'm very happy for Isla Dawn and Alba Fire though.
Yes.
Before the match started, I was on stream and I was like, I don't know how, but I want Bianca, Jade, and Isla to win this match. One happened. One happened. So I was like, oh, okay, And Shannon got pinned. So I mean, Jade and Bianca didn't get pinned.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can we talk about that? Because there were a lot of people
Yeah.
on TikTok that were confused as to why Shayna was the one to get pinned. Did y'all not forget what the fuck happened? Like, Isla being the person to pin Shayna and winning those titles is long-term storytelling. Y'all love to say that, but y'all don't like to remember shit.
Who pinned her? Alba or Isla?
Isla pinned her.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The match with Isla and Alba versus Shayna and that other lady that I don't like to say her name. The bitch, right?
Damn.
Shayna was the one that pinned Isla. Everyone missed that.
That was just a circumstance. I didn't think.
Everyone missed that.
You think that was done by design?
Hmm?
You think that was done by design?
Yes. I do. But that also brings me to this. NXT needs women's tag titles. I understand that y'all merged them, but y'all need to unmerge them. Let's go ahead and just they need women's titles over there. I've actually had enough of there not being women's tag team like titles over in NXT because there are a bunch of women tag teams in fucking NXT. Because I know what y'all gonna do now. Since they have the titles, y'all are gonna send them down there to compete in the PC against those women. Because y'all weren't gonna have Bianca and Jade do it. Y'all only sent the Kabuki Warriors down there one time. So I know what y'all are doing. Don't do that. Just introduce new titles. Because outside of the women's NXT title and now the new North American title, the women only have one title down at NXT. Fix it before I curse. I also have an application sitting to be a part of creative for NXT. Shawn Michaels, please hit the button. I'm ready to go to Florida. Please. Please.
Damn.
Sammy defeats Gable. Gable damn near fucking kills fucking Maxine. I still feel like Otis should have pulled the plug on Saturday. But helpless white woman on the ground screaming. So there's that. I don't know. The match felt like it had like a lot of distractions in it, but it wasn't a bad match, if that makes any sense. I feel like their match that started all of this was better than Saturday. So like, yeah, the match in Montreal was better than the one in Scotland. And that was just a random Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because they keep pulling this whole thing of, we're going to have Otis turn, we're going to have him turn, we're going to have him turn, and then he just doesn't turn. I saw somebody compare Otis to Jay and how Jay used to act with Roman on my timeline when I was searching for the tweet that I read off earlier. I said, what the, huh? I was trying to figure out why Jay Uso was trending on Twitter, and that's what I saw. So I guess that y'all got it. I'm not finna argue with people on Twitter about wrestling. That's a cesspool within itself. TikTok is enough.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea. I'm not gonna win that one.
Bestie Piper. I almost cried that entire fucking match. It was very emotional.
You think the match was good?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah. Yeah.
The way that match was going, if it wasn't for Chelsea, I probably would have like went to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, she was the entertaining aspect of that. And I seen somebody say, oh, the story that they were trying to tell is that Piper's too strong for Bayley to try and hit her finisher, blah, 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 blah. I hated the way that pin went. That pin was ugly.
That shit threw me off. I was like, oh, I didn't know what happened. I didn't realize until after they showed the instant replay. I was like, okay, crucifix. Beforehand, I was very confused on what they just did. Shit was slow as hell, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot going on in that match. Bayley was definitely pushed to her limit when they announced that, and still she was face down in the mat. She was dead. I understand why they did the match, but I just feel like it was no build to it. It was just like, oh, Chelsea's poking at people. Piper is gonna be like the muscle for Chelsea. Boom, Scotland. Like, that's how it felt.
I thought that was gonna be one of the best matches of the night too. I said that on other podcast. I said that like 4 times. I said that on 2 podcasts, 1 stream, 1 video. I said it to mad people that I thought that was going to be one of the matches of the night, and I was wrong. And I don't know why it wasn't. I'm not sure why. This kind of on the sense of like Bayley as champion right now too, because she ain't the best right now as world champion.
I feel like everything is just in limbo. Everything has been in limbo since fucking Mania. Like everything changed. Like, all the titles changed, and then it's just like, boom, we don't know what the fuck to do with everybody. So everything is just flat right now. What? Fix it, Jesus. Put the pen to the paper. Do something.
I don't know. I'm not sure why. I mean, they have their moments, and then I feel the SmackDown women's roster was kind of taken away because of the draft. Before the draft, it was a lot more one sided. Now it's kind of more on Raw side now, and now Liv is being. And I ain't gonna lie. You know how everyone just thinks Liv is Satan. If I would have went on anyone's podcast and said Liv would be doing a better job as champion than Bayley, they would have booed my ass. Would have booed me. But damn it, how in the world is it Liv doing a much better job, having a much more compelling story than Bayley is right now? They're not talking about Bayley after SmackDown every week, but they're talking about Liv after Raw every week. So, I mean, the narrative that has been trying to be spread to me and other Liv Morgan fans about Liv not being good at things and having all these superstars being better than her, she's the most talked about woman in the company at the moment. Is it for reasons that may not be bell to bell? Yeah. We're talking about her kissing Dom. That we know that already, but guess what? Y'all are all talking about her every week. And for people who hate her so much, y'all talking about her a whole damn lot. So, hey. We all know Bayley is in a higher point than Liv is when it comes down to bell to bell. But they have to figure out something to work for Bayley to where she can be a world champion that people care about. Because she has the belt. Great. That's cool. I ain't mad at it at all. But it seems like she's either holding it for Tiffany. I don't think Nia Jax is going to beat her.
I was just about to ask you that.
I don't think Nia Jax is going to beat her at all. But if Nia does end up beating her, I want to be really confused. After the moment of like, what the fuck? After that, like that moment of when I hear 3, like, oh damn, I'm not the biggest Nia Jax fan at all.
I am.
But yeah, but that's the thing. It's like I can't even be too mad at it because Nia is fucking improved a lot, like a lot, So if they decide to go that route, I would understand. I want to be happy, but I would understand. So you have to find something that works with Bayley, and they've done it before. They know how to make Bayley work. It's just at the moment right now. Maybe it was just this feud. I don't know. But you got Nia on the horizon. I don't know. Part of me does think they're just leading up to Nia beating Bayley because I do feel like the King and Queen of the Ring are going to leave SummerSlam as world champion. I feel like why would you have them win the tournament if that's not the end game? So I am mentally preparing myself for a Nia Jax title run. But until then, and especially at least until Money in the Bank, until we see who wins that match, you got to make Bayley. You have to make people care about Bayley. Beyond the fact that just her being Bayley, you have to make people care. And I don't know what they're gonna do.
I love when people get on Twitter and play around. You wanna entertain some bullshit I just saw on my timeline? Because it's fake.
Why not?
Okay.
Oh no.
PWI Insider confirms that SmackDown's Tamina, who has been out of action since February 2023, will return to WWE TV in the build-up to Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam. Tamina will be expected to choose a side and is set to win tag titles with Sikoa.
What? Wait, that last line confused me. What
Exactly.
Do you mean tag titles with Sikoa?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I just, entertain some bullshit. Because that was funny. That to me was funny.
What?
Because why would you just straight up lie like that? Like, what?
I love Tamina, but why the fuck? I'm so confused. That's a crazy report. That's a crazy report right there. I ain't gonna lie. That's a crazy one. How is she gonna win the titles with Solo? I'm so confused. What does that even mean? What does that mean?
I don't know, but people need to just stop getting on the internet just making shit up, because truthfully, that would have been believable. That would have been believable if it didn't say she would win the tag titles with Solo.
Hey, and this too, real talk. This stems from a private conversation I had yesterday. I don't want all of the black people being in one stable.
Oh yeah.
Just like I don't want the relatives of Roman Reigns to be in the bloodline story. Why? We know they're related. We know. We don't have to have all of them in the same storyline. Do they have no other purpose besides helping Roman Reigns and the Usos out?
Now we're gonna put all the Samoa niggas. The Samoan niggas. I had made a word up for it. It's not clicking right now, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes. Why are you putting them in the same?
The Niggamoans. That's what I called them.
What? That's what you landed on? I thought
yeah,
the
Niggamoans.
Wow.
All into like one faction. I think that it's good that they did kind of like separate certain people, because like a lot of people don't know Bronson Reed is Samoan. But his character doesn't harp on that. Nia Jax is on the bloodline family tree, but they haven't brought her into the storyline. Tamina came in to the company with the Usos. Roman Reigns didn't. He came in a completely different faction. So everybody, shit, Tonga Loa, the last time he was in the WWE was playing a Mexican. He's playing a Cholo.
Camacho.
No,
Shout out Camacho, man. Camacho was real. That was a cool guy right there with the bike.
So like, hey man, it is what it is.
You know, crazy. He was a bad wrestler then, and he's a bad wrestler now. That's crazy. There's no progression. The fuck.
So what the fuck was he doing in Japan?
I don't know. Apparently being bad. Apparently being bad over there too. That's what I was told. Like, nah, he was trash too. What? Okay, he's just been fucking this whole time. I don't know what's going on with him. I was supposed to care about him and Roman and Usos, right? Fuck out of here.
So now we get to the main event of Clash of the Castle, and this is where you can lead the conversation as while I find this fucking clip so I can see it for myself. Because I didn't.
Oh God.
I did not see this. So what happened?
You talking about Punk, right?
The match in general, just how you saw the match, because I.
Oh, well, the match was cool. I mean, I jumped up in fear when fucking Damien's leg damn near came off his body. That was scary. But the match itself was cool. They ended up working and made the botch into something that helped the match go on. So that was cool. I thought we all knew that Punk was going to come out and make sure Drew doesn't win. I thought that was like a common knowledge thing. Apparently, it wasn't.
There was so many images of that man in Scotland just with random fans, because he go outside like he's not famous.
Beyond that, I just thought that's what the story was. I thought we all knew that Punk was going to be the person to do that. But like the people were mad, like the way I was after Solo helped fucking Roman win at 39. And I didn't know that was happening, but I thought we all knew that fucking Punk was going to interfere. But apparently people were very angry about that. And I'm not even talking about the people who were like in Scotland, because obviously they want Drew to win. Besides those like 4 fans that Punk was jumping up and down with after the match, because they were in Scotland and they were happy as hell to see Punk. They had a shirt on. They probably had a great night.
He went to them, didn't he? He went directly to him.
Yeah, he found 3 people that fuck with him. Like, hey! I was like, oh, okay. I thought they were going to beat him up or something, but no. I mean, I had no problem with it. Everything happened the way I expected it to. You know, I knew Drew wasn't going to win, and there was no point in Drew winning because Gunther's winning at SummerSlam, probably. You know, so there's no reason for Drew to win the belt and then lose and then drop it right after. You know,
Yeah.
there's no reason for all that. There's no reason for him to just hold it for a little bit for Gunther to beat him. So you have Damian hold it, and Damian just might beat Gunther. I really hope he doesn't. But the option, the ability to do that is always there. And Damian needs this a lot more because we all know Drew McIntyre has shown the ability to be a good world champion. This is Damian Priest's first time around. So he has to get wins over Drew. He has to get these decisive wins so people can treat him as the world champion, in which he is. You know, so I thought we all knew Damian was going to win one way or the other. But, I mean, hey. The match itself was cool. I got no complaints at all. I think the camera angle of that shot, like not seeing Punk's face until after, I think that was shot perfectly. I saw Punk when I saw his big stupid head.
Yeah, you can tell that fucking hairline.
Yeah, bobbling down the ramp. I was like, oh, there you go. but the camera switching over and like seeing Drew's reaction first, and then seeing Punk's face. I think that was an amazing camera shot. Haven't done. You suck. And everything was done perfectly. Me.
Well,
no complaints from me.
I have the video up. If you want to rewatch it, you can. I'm sharing my screen.
I don't want to see Punk more than I have to.
Okay. Well, this clip is 1 minute and 30 seconds. So,
I'll watch it with you.
I am. Are you in?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's play now. Oh. Well, that makes sense. Okay.
The ref jumped way too hard. He ain't in that hurt.
Oh my god!
Nigga!
First of all, that is a terrible shot. Get his gooch out of my face, please.
I'm not trying to see that right now. I'm just seeing Punk booty.
Oh. Oh.
He's look at him creasing the sneakers.
Oh my god.
He's creasing them.
Oh damn. Oh.
You look crazy in that red shirt.
Oh! He's not medically cleared. Oh! Okay, Cole. Okay.
That's a great call. Yeah.
Okay. The balls of CM Punk is fucking crazy. Okay.
That's a great call right there.
All right. Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. You all in my business. I have to step away for a second. Oh, sweet Jesus. Why is it showing Money in the Bank? Okay. WWE. You can chit chat about that for a second. I'll be back.
What's this? Despite some chatter last week that Ricochet made one appearance, the belief in him on he's under contract until July. See, what the fuck? See, bro, this is what I be talking about when I say this company gets themselves into situations where they don't need to. Why would Ricochet and Ilya have that conversation about him possibly leaving the company or possibly having another match, if y'all knew that he was not going to do that, you know, that's why I don't. When people complain and like ask why this company does stuff, it's because a lot of time they insinuate, you know, a lot of time they insinuate they're about to do something, and then they just don't do it. So it's like, why would you? And this kind of goes into freaking. I know a lot of people wanted Drew McIntyre to come out to Broken Dreams. They insinuate that Drew's gonna come out with that theme every single match he has. That's like a big match. They're gonna do it before the Punk match, and they're gonna come out to I can't get mad at the fans for asking for Broken Dreams to come back when in the promo before the match started, they started playing that shit.
Playing
Drew
what?
said it at the damn Broken Dreams.
Oh.
Talking about how everyone wants Broken Dreams to come back, but I can't get mad at the fans for wanting to come back because the company keeps playing the theme song and Drew keeps saying it. You know, oh shit. They keep saying it. Y'all keep playing with the fans and then get mad when the fans respond. That's your fault. That's your fault. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at the fans for that. Y'all did it. Yeah.
It's game time.
Oh man.
But we're probably not going to have a lot of time to do it because we've been sitting here talking for 2 hours and 6 minutes, and I have to get ready for work in an hour. So boom, this is not that many. It's really not that many. I asked you this yesterday, and this was kind of funny. Rank these wrestlers based on in-ring ability. You have Bryan Danielson, Gunther, Ilya Dragunov, and Will Ospreay.
Bryan Danielson is the best wrestler in the world currently, so he's number one. Gunther 2, Ospreay and Ilya, even though I might say they're starting to be interchangeable, I'm going to put Ospreay at 3 and Ilya at 4. I'm only putting Ospreay over Ilya because Ospreay has shown the ability to like be mid move and then switch and do a totally different move. Like he made up some like air raid variation on Dynamite. I think it was last week, just off the top of his head, just right in the middle of a move. He thought to do another move and pulled it off correctly. The ability to do that is ridiculous. So, but Bryan's number one. Gunther's the best wrestler in WWE. Ospreay's the best wrestler in AEW, and Dragunov is also amazing. But unfortunately, he is forward in this case, to me at least.
I agree with your order. I often think about how Bryan and Ospreay tried to fucking kill each other, but you know, that was just a scary match, but it was probably hands down match of the year. Nothing has that I've seen this year has topped that match at all. But yeah, your list isn't bad at all whatsoever. So that torture chamber is out of the way. I don't want to talk about this right now. Got that out of the way really, really fast. Let's.
Wait, well, you don't talk about what right now? Oh dear heavens! I told you that's not too far out the possibility.
Anyway, your birth month is taking you out on a date. How excited are you? So for me, I'm the month of July. I got Thea Hell. She just recently flew all the way back to Pittsburgh to get some food just to go back to Orlando. I want to know what that's about. So, she got to take me over there. So, that seems like a little cute little girly date. I don't know how much what we would have to talk about besides her job because I am like 10 years older than her. So, yeah. I see who you got. Go ahead.
Hey man, I got Jay Cargill. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to Red Lobster, eat some cheddar biscuits. You feel me? I would love to speak to that woman. I want to talk to her about how Tony Khan a bitch. Why she's so damn strong. Is there any possibility to where she can like defeat Roman Reigns? That would be cool. Why, why, why? Hey, this is my number one question to J. Cole. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna let y'all know something. We talk about the greatest storylines in the history of wrestling. We talk about the Bloodline story. We talk
Leave
about
Bow Wow alone.
no, stop. Let me do this. We talk about John Cena and Randy Orton. We talk about the greatest stories of all time. Undertaker and Shawn, Bret and Shawn, fucking everybody. Jade Cargill and Bow Wow was taken from me, and I have not forgiven AEW for it. Everyone else forgot. I did not forget. I think about it every day, in fact.
He went to his meet and greet and posted up and put the title in his face.
And then what?
She confronted him. That was it.
No, I want more. I want Bow Wow in the ring with Jade Cargill. That's what they were leading to me. And then they just said, nah, fuck that. We're done. What? You can't throw the best storyline of all time in my face and then just take it away from me. The hell? So, hey, look, Bowward. Call Triple H on the phone and let's get this set up for WrestleMania 41. Because I'm tired of the shit and I'm ready to see a classic matchup. It's time to do it.
Okay. We'll talk about this later because this is foolishness. If you look at this, there's already something wrong here. This right here and this right here. How? Your birth month is your tag partner. Again, the month of July, I have Kairi Sane. She played around too fucking much. I'm sorry. I know that's y'all homegirl and stuff, but I need a serious bitch behind me. Should have been born in like December or something. What about you?
I remember it.
My bestie.
I think we're winning a lot of matches. I think we're winning a lot of matches too. I'm having her do most of the work. I'll come and do like a finisher or some shit. I'll come and do like a frog splash or some shit. But she definitely gonna be putting in most of the work. She's a fucking Piper Niven's a fucking force. So I'm with it. Oh my god.
Right. It's just your lucky day, isn't it? Your birth month is your finisher move. How doomed is your opponent? I have Rey Mysterio. What is the 619 is not his finisher, right?
Yeah.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh Jesus. I'm just kicking niggas in the face then.
Yeah. 619 to a splash or a 619 to like a West Coast pop or something, but he don't do the West Coast pop no more, so.
Well, Jaded.
I haven't been a fan of this finisher because it's essentially the Glam Slam. You know, it's pretty much the same finisher. So I mean, I don't think anyone's kicked out of it yet. So it's protected at the moment. So hey, shit, it's damn near extremely protected in AEW too. So I mean, hey, I got no problem with it. Protected finishes are the way to go. Shit.
Well, that is it for this week's episode of the Wrasslin Room. This was a long episode too. We started at like a little after 1:30. It is 3:49.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, we've been chatting because it was mad wrestling this fucking week. That's what I'm saying. Every day, 7 goddamn days, and then we didn't even talk about Wednesdays because we don't really watch AEW like that.
I don't know.
So like, goddamn, it's mad wrestling. And then having two premium live events from that company in one fucking week is insane. You start and end the week.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck. Where can the people find you?
You can follow me on MySpace at I love Beyonce 24. If you want to play Nintendo DS games, you can find me on PictoChat. If you don't know about Picto Chat, tough. You know what I'm saying? If anybody want to play 2K and get beat by the Miami Heat, you could add my PlayStation username. I'm still here, 305. And if you want to see me eat various different foods, mainly chicken, because I am a chicken connoisseur.
Oh, you admitted it. Thanks.
I say connoisseur. You call me chicken nigga. That's what you say. So I don't admit anything, ma'am. I said connoisseur. You said finger licking, chicken sucking, fucking a whole bunch of shit. But nah, yeah, tell Liv Morgan to call me. I keep calling her. She won't pick up the phone.
Anyway, you can find me on all social media platforms at LightShamarisX3, except for Instagram, that's Blue Rebel X3. You can listen to this podcast where all podcasts can be found. That includes Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Podcasts. That's it for Wrasslin Room. I am Zelina Vega's wig, and he is...
Dyson.
And
Dyson. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna get it.
We'll talk to y'all next week.
See ya.
Jesus have mercy.